Hello friends, good afternoon all.
Good afternoon.
So uh, near about 43 students are there. So I think we have covered syllabus of the basic mechanical engineering in previous lectures. So today we will start our first chapter. Okay. Is uh, is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good. Very good. So as we know that we have 4 chapters in our syllabus. First one is the pump, compressor, turbine. Second one is the which one? Machine tools and joining processes. Third one is the power transmission system, and fourth one is the thermodynamics. I think in last lecture we have I have dictated that syllabus of 4 chapters. So instead of wasting other time, so we proceed for our first chapter, that is the pump, compressor, turbine. So in your notebook you can write name of this chapter: pumps, comma, compressors, and the turbine. So as we have discussed about this chapter previously, also that in this chapter we have to see how some devices work. In that, some devices are power absorbing devices and some are the power producing devices. So pumps and the compressor, these are the power absorbing devices, and turbines are the power producing devices. So only introduction, that is construction and working diagram, that things we are going to cover here. Okay. So first one is the pumps. A pump is a mechanical device. What is mean by pump? A pump is a mechanical device used to lift or convey the liquid from one place to the other. It means that the pumps, what pumps do? The pumps are working to lift the water from its higher level, from its lower level to its higher level.
Higher level.
Okay. For example, if suppose this is the water source, okay, and if I have to lift this water into this tank, okay, into this tank. So in previously, in traditional way, what we are doing, we have to attach one pulley here. I think I have given this example also, and we have to add bucket here, and by manually we have to pull this in upward direction and then fill this water here. So with this we can lift the water, but there is some invention happens, and in which automatically we can use mechanical power to lift water from lower level to the higher level, and the device which perform this work is called as the pump. So the function of pump is to lift water, lift, or we can say convey. If it is on the horizontal level, then we call it as convey, transfer water from low level to the high level. Pumping means adding pressure energy to the liquid to move it from one place to other place. Okay. See here, to lift the water, we have to add some energy, and due to that energy, the water can flow from lower level to the upper level. It is not necessary. If suppose, don't put your attendance here. I will take your attendance separately. Without asking, don't put such attendance here. The chat box is not only for the attendance. Okay. So where I am? कुठं होतो मी आता? Pressure end. Okay. If suppose water is if water is here, and if I lift it up to that level, and there is one knob, or we can say tap, चावी, ही जर चावी मी चालू केली तर water automatically खाली पडायला चालू होईल. Why it is? का असं होईल? It is because of the potential energy which is acquired by that water when I lift from this point to this point. Potential energy. But if the water is at this level, and if I have to lift this water up to this tank, काय बोलतोय समजते ना तुम्हाला?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's try to understand all these things. If there is doubt, please ask me. If you are not understanding, I will again convert into the Marathi, and again I will tell you. So this is very simple things. If I explain this only reading this is very simple things, but what is the concept behind that, why it is happening? So we have to see these things also. So if this water can flow in the downward direction without pump, for that purpose it is necessary. Is this required some device like pump or something? Yes? No. Because already is water having some energy, that is the potential energy. We can say potential energy, we write with the like mgh. M is the mass, g is the gravitational force is there, h is the height, and potential energy goes on increasing when height is maximum. जसं आपण जास्त जास्त उंचीवरती एखादं म्हणजे पाणी घेऊन जाऊ तशी त्याची एनर्जी काय होत जाईल, वाढत जाईल. एक छोटासा दगड घेतला मी अगोदर पण सांगितलं वाटतं एक्झाम्पल, तो एक ठराविक हाईट वरती जर ओपन केला, उचलला, एक 10 फुटावरती उचलला आणि जर वरून खाली टाकला, ओके, तर तो जेवढा इम्पॅक्ट करेल जी काही वस्तू असेल समोर त्याच्यापेक्षा तोच जर दगड मी एक 50 ते 100 फुटापर्यंत वर उचलला आणि तिथून खाली जर जोरात सोडला तोच दगड, तर त्याचा इम्पॅक्ट सेम असेल का वेगळा राहील? व्हॉट डू यू थिंक? Different. Why? Why? Because m is the same.
Height increases.
Yeah, height is increases, and due to that increase in height is directly proportional to the potential energy. So the potential energy is maximum in that stone. So due to that, it will impact more. Similarly, here, as I increase the level of water, you will get more pressure and velocity here. But to lift the water from lower level to the higher level, okay, it is from higher level to the lower level. There is no requirement of any devices because water already exists some energy. Okay, but here to lift the water from lower level to the higher level, which is opposite to the gravitational force, we need to add some energy. Okay, we need to add some energy. For example, to move bike from one place to the another place, we have to add some petrol, and by using the energy of that petrol, the motorcycle can move from one place to the other place. For the bicycle, to move from one place to the another place, we have to move it with the manual force. Okay, without energy it will not happen. Okay, similarly, to lift that water, that water required to add some energy. So that energy can be added with the help of mechanical devices, where when the shaft start rotating, only rotating shaft is not sufficient. So impeller and casings are provided. With that we add pressure energy to that water, and due to that pressure energy, water can be lifted at a certain height. Okay, when we add pressure energy to the water, due to that pressure energy, water can lift from lower level to the higher level. Okay, from lower level to the higher level. So this is related to second point, that is pumping means adding pressure energy to the liquid to move it from one place to other. This is done by means of piston, plunger, impeller, propeller, gears, and screw. So there are different types of the pumps. So there are different types of the pumps, and these are the what we can say components of that devices which is used to lift the water, to function the pump. Then thus pumps converts mechanical energy into the hydraulic energy. Yeah, it is again correct. So the mechanical energy, when shaft start rotation, it means there is mechanical energy, and due to that rotation, pressure energy added to the water. It means mechanical energy is converted into the hydraulic energy. When we add pressure into the water, it means energy of water is increases. Energy of water will increases. It means we are adding energy to the water. So mechanical energy is converted into the hydraulic energy. Then according to the pumps are classified as like this. So in next slide we have classifications. See, so this is the classification of pump. So pump may be classified into the two main types. First one is the positive displacement pump. Positive displacement pump, it means we apply the pressure or the force directly on the water. So due to that pressure, it will move from lower level to the higher level. So in that positive displacement pump, first one is the reciprocating pump. Then in a reciprocating pump, again single acting reciprocating pump and the double acting reciprocating pump. Then second one is the rotary pump. In the rotary pump, gear pump, vane pump, lobe pump. These are the classification of rotary pump. Then in rotodynamic pump, there are again two types, two wings. First one is the radial flow pump, and next one is the centrifugal pump. In another side, axial flow pump and the screw pump. So these are the different classification of the pump, but out of these all pumps, two pumps are included in our syllabus. So which are those two pumps? Hello?
Reciprocating pump and centrifugal pump.
Yeah, correct. So only two pumps are there. So first one is the reciprocating pump, in which single acting reciprocating pump and the double acting reciprocating pump. On the another side, in rotodynamic, centrifugal pump is added in our syllabus. Okay, so this one is the classification. Now next one is the reciprocating pump. So reciprocating pumps are we can say mainly cylinder and piston arrangement is there. So this one is the diagram. This is very simple diagram where we have to understood only construction and working of that single acting reciprocating compressor. Now see here. So this is the schematic diagram. Schematic, it means representative diagram. It is not actually as it is. Okay. For example, if we want to draw aeroplane, so we are drawing aeroplanes simply as per its structure. Okay, so this is the sectional view. Most of the diagrams are sectional views of that devices. Sectional view, it is means you first understood. If suppose anyone know sectional views? Okay, so this, what is this diagram? Can you identify?
Vehicle.
Four-wheeler.
Okay, this is the four-wheeler. So this is actual four-wheeler. But if I have to study, okay, if I have to study at that time to understood that interior part of that device or that vehicle, I will cut this vehicle from at that point
From center.
from center. Okay, and half of the part, this half part, suppose this half part I will remove, and after that what I will observe here, I will change the color so you will get. So this is like that. This is the half vehicle remaining. But now you can observe here. Now you can observe steering from this side. Okay, due to cut, that half section is here. One seat is there, driver seat. Then behind this, one more seat for the passenger. One wheel is here. One wheel is here. Only two wheels are remaining. Two wheels we have already cut down and take it out. So this is the sectional view. Okay, and such type of views are here. It means this is the view which is cut down. So this cylinder is of cylindrical shape, and piston will not observe from the outer side. So when we cut that cylinder from its center, so we can observe that piston. Okay, get it? So most
Yes,
of the
sir.
diagram are like this sectional view. We can call this as a full section. Okay. So I will show you some important parts and then how it works. I will show you, animation is also there. I will show you. So this cursor or that point, this is the prime mover. Here is the shaft where the motor is connected or engine can be connected. So we can call it as prime mover. Prime mover, it means who provide the energy or the power to perform the function of the device. So here we have prime mover. So prime mover is connected to the crank. Prime mover is connected to the crank. Crank is connected to the connecting rod with crank pin, and that connecting rod is connected to the piston. So what is the function of that crank and connecting rod? To convert rotary motion of the prime mover into the reciprocating motion. Okay. Now piston is fitted into the cylinder. Piston is fitted into the cylinder. Okay. To that cylinder, the outer center here, when piston moving at the outer end, there is one center point where pistons stop for the fraction of second, and inner dead center is there. So where piston again stop for fraction of second. So that part, that point is the ODC, that is the outer dead center, and this one is the inner or IDC, inner dead center. Okay. On the one side, one suction pipe is connected to the cylinder with the suction wall. This is the suction wall. As I have already told you that this is the schematic diagram. So only line. This is not a suction wall. Okay. Many of the industries are working on the only wall. Different types of wall they are manufacturing. Okay. There's much more study we have to do to manufacture these walls, but in schematic diagram we can only use that line. So we consider that line as a suction wall. Similarly, on the another end, delivery wall is there, which is fitted with the delivery pipe. Okay. So the head, now suction head, it means head level or the height from water surface to the center of that cylinder. This one is the suction head, and from that center to the delivery height is the delivery head. So when water comes out, it measures into the discharge. Discharge is denoted by capital letter Q. It will be measured with the unit, we can say, liter per minute. Okay, liter per minute, or meter cube per second also. Okay, length, width and height per second, how much it will increase. This is the discharge of that pump. And if you consider the in liter, in 1 minute, how much liter water pump can deliver. Okay, so this is the discharge of this pump. Do you get it? Is anybody having any problem up to this?
No, sir.
Okay. This is simple construction. If you have doubt, then please ask me. No problem. Okay. Now see working, how it's happened. When that crank pin is at 0 degree Celsius, 0 degree means here not Celsius, here that is inner dead center. It means when crank is at inner dead center, then position of piston is at this point. May I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It means at the inner dead center. Now when prime mover start, it means crank start rotating in this direction. So as crank start rotating in clockwise direction, so pistons start moving from inner dead center to the outer dead center. Inner dead center towards the outer dead center. up to that crank pin reaches to the 180 degree. When the crank is at 180 degree, here the piston is at outer dead center. It means at this point. Correct? Get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this movement of a piston from inner dead center to the outer dead center is called as stroke of a piston. It is the one stroke of piston. Okay, when pistons move from inner dead center to the outer dead center, this is the one stroke. If the piston move from outer dead center to the inner dead center, then we can call it as again one more stroke. Okay, have you listened about the 4-stroke engine? Hello? 4-stroke engine, 2-stroke engines, or yet you have not listened about this? Our 4-wheelers, 4-stroke engine is there. Okay, due to network issue, some problems happens. Okay, so am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
ऍक्च्युली इथं थोडासा नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लेम झाला, त्याच्यामुळे मी मीटिंग मधून लेफ्ट झालो आणि लगेच परत चालू पण झाला. सो हॅव यू लिसन अबाउट द 4-स्ट्रोक इंजिन?
येस सर.
हा, 4-स्ट्रोक इंजिन सगळे जे आताचे सगळ्या मोटरसायकल्सला जे इंजिन्स यूज केले जातात ते सगळे 4-स्ट्रोक
2-stroke.
इंजिन असतात. नो, 2-स्ट्रोक इंजिन कोणत्या गाडीला यूज केले जात होतं? तर MAT माहित आहे तुम्हाला?
येस सर.
त्या MAT गाडीला 2-स्ट्रोक इंजिन होतं. तर स्ट्रोक म्हणजे 4-स्ट्रोक इंजिन मध्ये एक सायकल जी आहे ती 4 स्ट्रोक मध्ये कंप्लीट होते, म्हणून त्याला 4-स्ट्रोक इंजिन म्हणतात. ओके, 4 स्ट्रोक. मग स्ट्रोक म्हणजे काय? तर ज्या वेळेला पिस्टनची एका डेड सेंटर कडून दुसऱ्या डेड सेंटर कडे मुवमेंट होती त्यावेळेला एक स्ट्रोक होतो. याचा अर्थ 4-स्ट्रोक इंजिन मध्ये एका सायकल मध्ये किती स्ट्रोक होत असणार आहेत? 4 स्ट्रोक होत असणार आहेत. आणि सिमिलरली 2-स्ट्रोक इंजिन मध्ये एका सायकल मध्ये किती स्ट्रोक होत असणार आहेत? 2 स्ट्रोक होत असणार. म्हणजे तुम्हाला स्ट्रोक म्हणजे समजलं?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the stroke is
Yes,
the
sir.
movement of piston from one center to the another center. Then we start from the first. So from this, at this point, when the crank pin is at this point, so piston is at inner dead center. When crank start moving from this point to the outer dead center, or this 180 degree, this is 180 degree. Piston move in the backward direction, and at 180 it reaches to the outer dead center. At the same time, what will happen when pistons start moving from 0 to 180 degree? The vacuum is created inside the cylinder. Here negative pressure is created. Negative pressure or the vacuum, it means the pressure which is below the atmospheric pressure. So as negative pressure is created here, that suction valve gets open. Due to that vacuum, suction valve get open, and the water from the sump is sucked into the cylinder, and that water accumulate the space into the cylinder here. Okay, पिस्टन पाठीमागे गेल्यानंतर तिथं व्हॅक्यूम क्रिएट होतं, आणि ते व्हॅक्यूम भरून काढण्यासाठी या ठिकाणी हा सक्शन वॉल्व ओपन होतो, आणि त्यावेळेला या संप मधलं जे वॉटर आहे ते या सिलेंडर मध्ये तिथं असणारी जागा भरून घेतं. ओके, देन in another stroke, so this is one stroke. In another stroke, crank start moving from 180 degree towards the 0 degree here. At that time, from piston move from outer dead center, piston move from outer dead center towards the inner dead center. So piston start moving in forward direction. So at that time, what will happen? Piston creates pressure as it is the closed cylinder. Okay, airtight passage is there. So it creates pressure on the water which is sucked at the time of suction stroke. And as it is pressurized, the suction valve is closed and delivery valve gets open. And pressurized water, we add pressure into the water, okay, with the piston arrangement, cylinder piston arrangement, and that pressurized water is moving into the delivery pipe and it comes out through the delivery pipe. Okay, we can store in delivery tank also. If suppose this is the delivery tank, so we can save here. So this is the simple process of the single acting reciprocating pump. So in single acting reciprocating pump, to complete the one cycle of the pump, it requires 2 stroke. Okay, first one is the suction stroke and another one is the delivery stroke. Okay, so if you want to see animation, you can observe here. Can you observe the animation? Is that visible to all of you?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is the continuous process. When we start motor, this process is going on. But see, there is one problem. Now we can see, we first see what are the advantages. So advantages is we get maximum pressurized water with low discharge. If you are going to the service station where servicing of motorcycle takes place, have you visited before that? Many of you we have visited. Yes. So there such type of HTP or the system reciprocating pumps are used to wash the vehicles, where the discharge is requirement of discharge is low, but pressure requirement is more. Okay. So this is simple arrangement. When piston move in the backward direction, the water sucks into the cylinder, and when piston move into the forward direction, the whatever water is inside the cylinder push into the delivery pipe. Okay. Is anybody having any problem? कोणाला काही शंका आहे का?
No, sir.
Okay, so draw this diagram. So you first write definition. I'm not going to dictate all the notes. Okay, I will provide you the link for the notes. You can refer these notes. So here I will teach only how devices works, and you have to write up in your own language. Whether it is possible for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
The benefits of writing whatever you have understood is you are not going to forget in future also. तुम्ही जर तुमच्या भाषेमध्ये तुम्हाला समजलं आणि तुमच्या भाषेमध्ये लिहिलं तर तुम्ही एक गोष्ट फायदा होतो, तुम्ही विसरत नाही. आणि दुसरी गोष्टीचा फायदा असा होणार आहे की तुमचे जे थॉट प्रोसेस आहे, तुमच्या मनामध्ये जे विचार आहे ते तुम्ही तुमच्या भाषेमध्ये लिहू शकाल. सो इट विल व्हाट वी कॅन से improve your writing skill also. And not today but tomorrow I will ask any one of you, tentatively from any one of you, please read the working of reciprocating pump. So at that time you have to read whatever you have written about that single acting reciprocating pump. Is that clear to all of you?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Because see, only listening is not sufficient. It will not be memorized that much after some time. You will forget definitely. If I ask after 2 or 3 days, tell me the working of single acting reciprocating pump, definitely you will forget. I know that because this is the human tendency. And don't be here for only attendance. So you should learn something. If anybody want to talk something, or if anybody having doubts, if something is not understood, please tell me. I will clear once again. I will tell in Marathi also, but your concept should be clear. So pump is a mechanical device used to lift or convey the liquid from one place to the other. Only that two sentences are very important. Two, and this one is fourth one. Completed?
सर 8वां स्लाइड दिसायला
कितवा दिसायला लागला?
8वां.
म्हणजे मगाशी दाखवलं तोच दिसतोय का?
Diagram this.
ओके, वन सेकंड.
हा सर आता दिसायला फर्स्ट.
दिसतोय ना फर्स्ट? त्याच्यामधला पहिला, दुसरा आणि चौथं सेंटेन्स फक्त लिहा. Pump is a mechanical device used to lift or convey the liquid from one place to the other. This is first sentence in the pump. Then second sentence, pumping means adding pressure energy to the liquid to move from one place to other. And third sentence, thus pump converts mechanical energy into hydraulic energy. Thus, pump converts mechanical energy into hydraulic energy. Over? Hello?
No, sir.
Okay. Because the diagram also you have to draw. And when you got time, when you get time, you have to write the working of that single acting reciprocating pump.
Over, sir.
Over, okay. Now draw this diagram. See, actually, construction of reciprocating pump reciprocating compressor and icing engine is near about same. Actually, design is different, but construction, because the parts are again same. If you understood that single acting reciprocating pump, then similarly, instead of water, if we working fluid is what water here in pump. Similarly, in compressor, the same construction is there for the reciprocating compressor. Only the difference is that working fluid is air. So once you understood how it works, you will easily understood compressor also, reciprocating compressor. Whether this is complete, whether it is completed.
No, sir.
झाला.
Yes, sir.
So this is about the principle of operation that I have explained all things. It is not as necessary to explain again and again. So there is problem of discharge in the reciprocating pump. Here we get intermittent discharge. It means, for example, this is the discharge and this is the time. If this is 0 degree, this one is 180 degree. Then again here 0 degree, here again 180 degree, 0 degree. So when piston move from that inner dead center to the outer dead center, it is means from 0 degree to 180 degree, there is no discharge. Get it? समजलं? 0 पासून 180 पर्यंत ज्या वेळेला मूवमेंट होत असते किंवा पिस्टनची मूवमेंट इनर डेड सेंटर पासून आउटर डेड सेंटर पर्यंत होत असते, त्यावेळेला तिथे कोणत्याही प्रकारचा डिस्चार्ज मिळत नाही. हा डिस्चार्ज आपल्याला फ्रॉम 180 डिग्री टू 0 here, again from this 180 degree to 0 here, like that. Here we get discharge, but here in between, here we do not get discharge. It means in single acting reciprocating pump we do not get continuous discharge. We get discharge but in single stroke. So to overcome this problem, one more device is designed, is called double acting reciprocating pump. It's called as double acting reciprocating pump. हे झालं ड्रॉइंग काढायचं सगळ्यांचं.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
No, sir.
अजून झालं नाही? Okay, take 2 minutes. मला वाटत नाही आता कंप्लीट होईल आपलं पुढचं. So next point is double acting reciprocating pump. Why there is necessity of designing such double acting reciprocating pump? Because in single acting reciprocating pump we get discharge intermittent, okay, or we do not get continuous discharge. To avoid this, another pump is designed, that is a double acting reciprocating pump. The same design is there, but for every stroke, here we get discharge at one stroke. Am I right? That is the delivery stroke. But when piston move from inner dead center to the outer dead center, we do not get any discharge. To overcome that, in double acting reciprocating pump, both the strokes are used to deliver the water. So this part we will see into the next lecture in double acting reciprocating pump. So please give your attendance now. I will call roll number. I hope you all got roll number. So today is the roll number 1.
Yes, sir.
2. Roll number 2. No. 3.
Present, sir.
4.
Present, sir.
5.
Present, sir.
6.
Present, sir.
7.
Present, sir.
8,
Present, sir.
9,
Present, sir.
10,
Yes, sir.
11,
Present, sir.
12,
Present.
13,
Present, sir.
14,
Yes, sir.
15,
Yes, sir.
16,
Present, sir.
17,
Yes, sir.
18,
Yes, sir.
19. Roll number 19, absent. 20,
Present, sir.
21,
Present, sir.
22,
Yes, sir.
23,
Present, sir.
24, 25.
24 present, sir.
Yeah, okay, I got it. 25. Okay, 26,
Present.
27, 27, absent. 28,
Present, sir.
29,
Yes, sir.
30, 30, 30, 31,
Yes, sir.
32,
Yes, sir.
33,
Yes, sir.
34, 35,
Yes, sir.
36, 37, 37, absent. 38,
Present, sir.
39, 39, 40, 40, 41,
Present, sir.
42,
Present, sir.
43,
Present, sir.
44,
Present, sir.
45,
Present, sir.
46, 46, 47,
Yes, sir.
48, 48, 49, 50,
Present, sir.
okay, 51,
Yes, sir.
52,
Present, sir.
53, 53, absent. 54,
Present, sir.
55, 56,
Present, sir.
57,
Present, sir.
58, 58, 59,
Present, sir.
60,
Yes, sir.
61,
Present, sir.
62, 62. किती पर्यंत नंबर आहे 63, roll number 63, absent. Okay, I will announce roll number of absent students. So roll number 2, 19, 27, 30, 37, 39, 40, 46, 48, 53, 58, 62, 63. जर कोण याच्यातले असतील आणि तुमचा माईक चालू होत नसेल तर चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये तुम्ही टाकू शकता हे जे मी आता अनाउन्स केलेले नंबर आहेत त्यांच्यात कोण राहिला असेल तर. Okay, so with this we will stop here. Thank you all of you. In next lecture we will see double acting reciprocating form. Before that we have to write whatever write up is there for the single acting reciprocating form.